Hey guys, Chandler here, back on my channel, Alternate Journey. I decided to do kind of like a personal video with you guys. I guess like all my transition videos are kind of personal, but I don't really look at it like that. I just look at it as like me just sharing knowledge of like what transition is. So it's like, here's the side effects, you know? I'm gonna be discussing about what I experienced being off of testosterone for a month. I talked about this a little bit in some of my past videos. You done? I was doing intramuscular injections for a very long time, and for some reason my body just like stopped letting me do it. And so I was off of testosterone basically for 5 weeks, so a little over a month. And yeah, today I'm just gonna be discussing about like what I went through personally throughout that time, because like I was kind of like ashamed that I was off of testosterone honestly for a bit, and like kind of embarrassed about it. Like I didn't say anything really during that time in the videos. Honestly, I didn't really post that month either, and it's just, you know, shit happens. I kind of want to make this video because it's like, I want to like showcase that it is normal that a lot of people go off of testosterone sometimes during their transition. It doesn't mean that they're detransitioning in any way. Some people only go on T for like 5 years and then stop, or like not even make it to a year. Like it depends on that person's transition, what feels right to them, and like their body, and also what health concerns they have as well. And like sometimes it's not even planned, sometimes it just happens. Just especially if you live in the US, it's hard sometimes to get testosterone, especially with insurance and stuff, and you know, sometimes that backs it up. I mean, like there's so many times even before this all happened of me being off T for a month that like I didn't do injections for a week or so just because the pharmacy didn't have it, or it like didn't get approved yet from my doctor, even though they said it. It's like, it's a whole process. It sucks, honestly, the whole process of it all. But yeah, I'm just gonna go by like week by week of like how I felt and stuff, because I know a lot of people are worried about going off of T, because a lot of doctors suggest going off testosterone when you are getting certain gender affirming surgeries, like top surgery, for instance, which soon that'll be for me. I have my surgery for September 8th, so that'll happen for me again of being off testosterone for a bit. So gotta prepare myself again for it. But yeah, so the first week, honestly, I was fine the first week. It wasn't that big of a deal. I barely even noticed. It all started because I couldn't do the intramuscular injection. I don't know if it was like the anxiety of it all. I had so much built up scar tissue because I was doing intramuscular injections for like 2.5 years at that point. Maybe even longer and stuff. My body just wouldn't let me do it, so I wasn't like that bad about it, honestly. But week 2 came around, I started to feel like slight fatigue, basically your typical fatigue that you would feel at the end of the week when you know like, hey, my dose is coming, you know. But nothing out of the ordinary. Like it was fine. Like honestly, if 2 weeks off of T was nothing. It mainly started feeling really bad around week 3. This was also mainly because like for the factor that like I just couldn't do the shot, so like I was getting like really angry at myself too as well. I was experiencing insomnia, I couldn't sleep, my depression worsened a lot, lowered motivation, I didn't feel like doing anything, I barely filmed. So at that point I contacted my doctor to switch to subcutaneous injections, just because like I just couldn't feel like I could do intramuscular. I didn't want to pay my doctor to inject me. I think week 3 I started really feeling it, like even really bad that like I wasn't doing it, because like that's the thing, like when you're doing your injections, like especially after like 2 years of being on testosterone, honestly the changes that are happening are very subtle, and they just like continue on where like you don't even notice it until you like look back of like a picture of yourself like weeks before or whatever, or listen to your voice, what it was like a month before and stuff. So it's like, it mainly just affected me just mentally. It's like all the typical low testosterone signs, but also mixed with my depression was not good. Week 4 came around, depression just full on. Like I literally didn't want to do fucking anything at all. I think this was the time too when I was on vacation from work, so that wasn't fun because I could barely enjoy my vacation from work. But like week 4 I was just stressed waiting for the new testosterone, like just so stressed, because it was like my doctor finally approved of it, but then like insurance was confused because they're like, wait, you're already on testosterone. I was like, yes I am, but this is moving to a different type of formula, so insurance had to approve it because it's a different type of formula, because it's for a subcutaneous, not intramuscular. And it's like the whole process was just so stressful. And week 4 I also started to feel like kind of like menstrual cramps, but like no actual menstrual cycle actually appeared or happened or anything. Like literally nothing. There was like no flow, nothing, which is great, because that would definitely have put me in a depressive state and shit. But like that was like when like I feel like people are fine being off of tea and they're like, oh, whatever, because it's like, especially when you reach to a certain point when all the changes are now really gradual and they're just growing on top of each other and stuff, because it's like, you know, you don't notice it a lot. Like the first 2 years are very important when transitioning. Don't get me wrong, the first 2 years of testosterone were the best. But then like once you skip a shot or something like that, you forget about it. Honestly, it's no big deal until you start feeling like those menstrual cramps if you didn't get a hysterectomy or anything like that yet, and it's like, oh shit, nope, gotta get back on that tea. Like, this is why I'm still doing it, you know. But like, cause it's weird because like this whole process made me feel ashamed of myself because I wasn't able to do intramuscular anymore. It made me feel so depressed and unmotivated just because the side effects of low testosterone, but also it made me feel kind of hopeful for the fact like, hey, one day I won't even have to worry about this, and this would just be normal, where like I don't have to do shots every week and stuff, and I could just live life but not feel like this, you know, have those negative low side effects. But yeah, week 5, I was finally able to start subcutaneous injections, and it was great. I'm on subcutaneous now for about 2-3 months now, and it honestly has been the best decision. And I think that's like the learning point of this experience for me, is because it's like I didn't say anything to my doctor like the first couple weeks. It literally took me 3 weeks for me to like talk to my doctor and stuff like that. And it's like, honestly, you shouldn't feel ashamed just because you can't do intramuscular injections. I know that's like the first thing that they throw at you when they talk about testosterone, is like when like they agree that like you've seen a therapist and stuff and they agree to sign off and give you testosterone and stuff. That's like the first one they talk about and give you is intramuscular injections, because it's like it's just what people kind of do. It's kind of like the easiest to control and maintain, especially for gradual transitioning, aka microdosing at first, getting your body used to the new levels of testosterone that your body's gonna have now. But like if you can't do it, don't feel ashamed about it. Like there's many different ways to take testosterone for a reason. So if your body won't let you do something anymore, that's totally fine. It doesn't mean like you don't deserve it anymore or anything like that. It just means like you've done it a lot, and like it's time to move on for the next thing that's gonna work for your body. My body didn't want to do intramuscular anymore, and so I switched to subcutaneous, and it's like so much better and easier too. Like I kind of wish I did subcutaneous a long time ago. And honestly, it hasn't fucked up my transition in any way either, being off tea for a month or so. Honestly, I feel exactly how I was before this whole mess started and stuff. So yeah, I wanted to share my experience being off of testosterone for a month, because it's like, yes, it wasn't my decision. And like sometimes those stories happen. Sometimes it is someone's decision being off of it, so therefore here's the side effects for what it may be like for you. It may feel different for you. It just depends on your body, but also like where you were within your transition as well, how long you've been on tea to start with. I don't know how to end this. I don't know if this was helpful. I hope it was. I hope it wasn't just me ranting and just bullshitting, complaining about shit. But I just felt like sharing this because I don't really hear that many people talk about it, and I feel like it happens a lot more to individuals than what people think, you know? So anyways, if you guys want to share your experiences, comment that down below. Look at the statistics. If you find yourself watching multiple of my videos, might as well subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell down below so you get notifications whenever I upload. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.